Hi there and welcome to another workout for you to row along to, and we're continuing with the 5K Everyday series and we're going to get straight into it. So make sure that you have your machine set up, have your drag factor or resistance set to wherever you want it to be, and your foot plate set to whatever height you need it to be for either the shoes that you're wearing and all that stuff. Oh, I've got a big mark on my joggy bottoms, what a disgrace. Okay, are you ready to go with this? We're just going to do our 5K at a nice gentle pace in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Now, when I say gentle pace today, I mean gentle pace. So I'm really going to ease into this one, warm up nicely at a slow rate and low intensity, because I've been struck down, smited by this cold over the past couple of days. If you have been rowing these workouts, then you'll have picked up that I said last week that I was coming down with something, and it kind of hit Friday night. It hit quite hard, spiked a fever, and then I just took the weekend off from any kind of exercise. Feeling a lot better now though, so it's in my nose and it's kind of in my chest, so that's why I'm going to take this super simple. I don't really want to do anything that's going to tax my breathing system. But also, having taken a couple of days off, I just want to kind of remind my body that this rowing nonsense is something that we do. Anyway, enough about that. I'm slightly distracted because I discovered that ErgZone have been adding a bunch of new routes on their app. And that's what I use. I have that sitting down in front of me. It's not on, you can see this big monitor here. It's not on there. That's the MyRow tablet. I've got my phone just sitting between the foot plates, and that's how I kind of do my 5Ks. But there's a whole bunch of new routes, and this one's was it the Rod IOT or something. It's all very snowy looking. It's very pretty. I'm not doing a screen capture or anything though, so I can't show you it. So if you're interested and you don't have ErgZone, then I recommend going to ErgZoneGame.com. Check it out. If you have a Bluetooth machine, download a trial, because it's really a very good app. I mean, that pause there was I was thinking, hang on, what are the parameters of which I'm making these workouts? What am I allowing myself to talk about? Because the rules here, what I'm doing with these 5K every day, is they're just a free row, really. You row it how you want. The whole point is just to get a regular kind of 20-25 minute row into your body every day, whether this is part of other training you're doing, or maybe this is all you do every day. It's still going to be super good for you. But the point is, there's no pressure when it comes to pace and performance, but also I'm a little less coachy, let's say. I will talk about technique at one point, because it's important, but I won't bang on about it the whole time. And I'll talk, hang on, I've got my microphone sticking into me again. I will talk about training effects and stuff, but again, not in a, hey, you really need to push this to get faster kind of way. Oh, excuse me, sorry. But it then makes me think, am I allowed to talk about anything rowing? Of course I am. I'm not just going to sit here and spend the whole 25 minutes talking about spaghetti bolognese and movies. But I'll eventually make it. I keep on wanting to make a video where I kind of list my kind of the perfect app, the perfect solution for rowing. Admittedly, mostly aimed kind of with the Concept 2 users as a core, but still a lot of them have crossovers. Like, if you are interested in kind of virtual rowing, like pretending that you're rowing around virtual worlds and things, like if you are a cyclist and you're used to the Zwift ecosystem. Hang on, my phone's about to fall off. That's better. Then there is no better app for this than ErgZone. I think there's only really one other good app nowadays that could even compete with ErgZone anyway, called Cozwet, but that hasn't really taken off. I don't think they've particularly marketed it. I think they made it and then didn't really do much with it. But ErgZone beats it hands down anyway. If you just want that kind of, just like I say, rowing around virtual worlds, able to race against other people, community rows, all that stuff, then ErgZone visually is stunning anyway, but then all of the functions behind it make it even better. So if that's the kind of thing you're looking for, ErgZone. If you are just looking for a logging app, one where you can program your workouts, row them, and then they are saved somewhere, then your two choices are ErgData, which is only for Concept 2, or ErgZone, which I think beats out ErgData because ErgZone will work with pretty much any Bluetooth machine. So say you are rowing quite happily in your Concept 2, but then you went to a hotel and they had something like, I don't know, the Skill Row or the Merak or whatever. As long as it's Bluetooth, ErgZone will still connect to it, and you can use that to simplify the programming, and it will save to your kind of local user history. Not to your logbook though, your Concept 2 one, because it's not a Concept 2. Yeah, that's what to look for them. And then, in terms of gamification, playing games, there are a few kind of standalone apps. I know Neil Berganoth, can never pronounce his second name. He has an app, can't remember what it's called. It might come to me, or I'll put it in the notes to this row. But it's like games you can play when you're rowing. But again, by far the biggest winner here is the Avaron app. Again, it only works either with their Avaron machine or a Concept 2, but with all the games you can get on there, the virtual rowing, the coached workouts, the different ways to train. The Avaron app really is one of the best all-round apps you can have, and it will track your data, upload it to the Concept 2 logbook, I think. Pretty sure it does. Sorry about all these little coughs. Yeah, again, I mean, ErgZone and the Avaron app, they both cost a wee bit of money. ErgZone has a free version, which is usually okay for most people, and ErgData is completely free. But my final recommendation, and this is like the ultimate premium upgrade that you can do for your Concept 2, is the MyRow tablet. Now, this is pretty much aimed at people who row to try and improve their rowing. Yes, you can use it if you're just about fitness, but your options are kind of custom or pre-programmed workouts, scenic rowing, like some of my Scottish loch videos are on there, and then coached workouts. There's group workouts as well, but the coached ones, it's all by like proper rowers. Proper rowing workouts that will put you through your paces. It's not really here, like even ErgZone to one point is just here to distract you through your row with all the pretty scenery. And then you have all the plans and races and things, but MyRow is very much set up to give you some great rowing workouts. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that it focuses on rowing. You don't need to be someone who, so I'm spitballing my script with you right now for when I make a review video. You don't have to be someone who just wants to improve their 2K pace or 5K pace, etc., to use the MyRow tablet. But you at least need to have some investment in your rowing ability. It's not just sitting down, putting Netflix on, and whizzing up and down the rail while you watch an episode of How I Met Your Mother. MyRow is pretty much the opposite of that. Very focused rowing workouts that will, well, they'll give you a better workout than if you just limply flounder up and down in front of the telly. But yes, that's what I'm trying to say. It will help your rowing. But also, it's a big 22-inch tablet that you attach to the front of your machine with a big metal bar bolted onto the side. It's the perfect monitor mount solution. It isn't cheap. It's really the only downside to it. I wouldn't even say it's a downside. I mean, you're buying a 22-inch monitor, and then the subscription just pays for the content, really. So you have to pay for it, but it is value for money, is what I'm saying. So that's my ultimate kind of upgrade to Concept 2, is the MyRow. All right, I spoke about that for way too long, didn't I? Where we were just past 14 minutes in, and I am at 3,300 meters. So I figure about 7, maybe 8 minutes to go. So it's, like I say, a nice gentle row. I'm hovering 16, 17 strokes per minute, round about 210 pace. Heart rate is 124, which for me is the top end of zone 2. So I don't really want to be going any harder than this, and there will be an element of cardiac drift, so I might ease off a little bit. Like I say, don't want to tax my poor body. Missed out on quite a lot. Saturday evening was meant to be my Christmas night out with my band. Play drums in a band. And we were headed out to a local town to get some pizza and some beers. Unfortunately, had to message them and say, sorry fellas, unless you want whatever lurgy I seem to have picked up, you're going to have to make all your drummer jokes without me. So that was a shame. Don't really get a chance to socialise with them much. Really only see them for band practice and gigs. It's the WhatsApp and Messenger and text thing that it's funny how being able to communicate with people in a much simpler way has actually kind of ruined communication, because if you've got something to say, just fire off a message. There's no conversation involved. I just went, sorry guys, don't feel well. And then I got get well soon. That was it. There's no proper kind of follow-up conversation and all that stuff. So I know I sound like an old man. Bring back rotary phones with a big cable stuck to the wall. Right, I haven't talked technique, so let's... it probably is a good idea to talk about it at the end of the row. Maybe now that you are properly warmed up, but maybe because we're 17 and a half minutes in, maybe you're starting to get a little bit lazy. So let's just spend a couple of minutes just reminding ourselves what we're meant to be doing, because I know I've developed this butt scoot from the front again because I'm not concentrating. It is the downside to making these videos rather than just concentrating on my own technique. Maybe I should start talking technique a lot earlier from now on. So, oh, by the way, before getting to this, I know people have sent me questions, but I'm going to answer them eventually, don't worry. Like my shoulder pain from squash, how I edit TV programs, and a couple other questions. Anyway, so, right. Think about technique from the back of the stroke, from the point when you finish, when you pull the handle in. Because this is when you reset, ready for your next stroke. Possibly this is why pausing at the back is a good drill, because it gives you a chance to reset your brain. But I still prefer, as the handle comes in, you let it go instantly. Don't get used to pausing at the back. It's a good drill, but it's not how you row. Handle comes away, and as the arms move away, you sit up and tilt forwards. And it's really important that sit up part of it. Up, tilt, because that's what resets your posture. And your posture is crucial to everything else that follows. Boom. Because once you're in that forward tilt, with arms past knees, that is when you just bend your knees to roll into the front of the machine. And if you have a good posture, you should be able to get in to shins vertical or close to it without your heels coming too far off the foot plates. And that helps with the push of the feet. As you push the machine away, you get that connection instantly because your heels aren't too far off the foot plates. The push, straight arms, forwards tilt, hold that position as you push your feet. And then when your legs are about halfway done, that is when you finally swing your back and then pull in your arms with the handle coming to sternum height. And ideally, that swing of your back is only from like a 1 o'clock tilt forwards to an 11 o'clock tilt backwards. You're not headbutting the bottom of the machine as you come forwards with a really excessive lean, and at the same time you're not lying down prostrate. I knew it was one of them. At the back. Right, we're almost there. I'll stop talking technique. But this timing thing, so if I don't instantly, I just said I wasn't going to talk technique and I'm talking technique again. If I don't instantly push the moment I hit shins vertical, then my shoulders wobble and my butt escapes. Don't worry. One more stroke. Exactly 22 minutes. I couldn't have done that if I tried. Right, there you go. That's us with today's 5K every day. I'll yabber on for a second or two just while my breathing recovers, but also in case you haven't quite hit 5K, gives you more time to do it. So what I would suggest, and I think I already have, is that now that you know the format of these rows, load it up, and then as long as your machine's set up and you're ready to go, just start rowing from the moment you hit play. Even when I'm like, hi there, welcome along to another workout. Ooh. If it takes you longer to row the 5K than it does me, that's what I'm saying. So I'm kind of aiming that these should last in and around 25 minutes, which I'm hoping for most people gives you enough time. If it doesn't, I apologize. But you know what? The point of this is to try and squeeze in a 5K at the beginning of my day so I can then get on about other stuff. Can't hang around here for 40 minutes. But yeah, if it does take you longer, that's perfectly fine, okay? There is no pressure in this series about how fast you row the 5K, okay? This is just meant to be a little bit of distraction. Maybe you're even doing something else while you're listening to my waffles. I was a little bit kind of back. I wasn't quite as entertaining today, was I? I should have thrown in a couple of jokes. The only one I can think of right now has a swear word in it, so I can't say that one. I told you my, what do you call a fish with no eyes? Fish. So there you go. But then I should really have those jokes within the row. Right, okay, I am going to go because I am really desperate to just barf up a lung. Then I'll go and have a nice hot shower. Hopefully the steam will help my chest. But at least I'm feeling a little bit better. Don't think I'm going to be up to anything more intense throughout the day. You might do some weights or something just to remind my muscles that they exist. But that's probably it for me today. So anyway, please take care of yourselves. Have a shower, have something to eat, tell someone you love them, and I will see you in a future video. Until then, row well, be well. Bye-bye.